Hi everyone, welcome to my presentation. My name is İlayda. I'm a first year student at the Department of Science. Today I'm going to talk about Farkhunda Malikzada. And first of all, I will talk about freedom of thought and gender equality. And secondly, I will talk about manipulation and lack of empathy in society. And then thirdly, I saw two sources that influenced me a lot and why I choose this news. And finally, I will summarize the news and talk about my observation. And firstly, freedom of thought and gender inequality. In society, people are not very good at listening and respecting the opinions of others. Others people's opinions don't matter to them because they accept their own thoughts as the only truth. The most crucial point is that if this thought is a woman's opinion, what is said has no value because in society, what a woman says is seen as worthless. In the male dominant society we live in, there is no question of gender equality. And secondly, empathy and manipulation. Human nature is very open to being managed by other people, and manipulation has always existed our lives, and but has gained a different dimension in our lives with the development of technology in recent years. With the contribution of social media, manipulation causes unavoidable events. You can be lynched in seconds, or you can be a nice, good person in seconds. In physical environments, um, manipulation causes people to make a wrong decision and implement them immediately. The manipulative events that even result in death have been experienced in our world, and the sense of empathy, which increases in importance with manipulation but decreases in people, is a reason why people show are more careless attitude towards events. And thirdly, these sources are influenced me a lot, and it's a reason why I choose the news. I watched video the New York Times. It affects me badly, and I feel so sense. And I will explain it. And um, my news. Which show that thoughtness, gender inequality, and manipulation wield in society and demands a great empathy, is about Farkhunda Malikzada. Farkhunda was 27 years old. She was Muslim, and she was strict with her beliefs, and she wanted to be a teacher. And Farhunda, who lives in Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan, and she visited a shrine in the city center in 2015, and she saw someone selling amulets in front of the tomb, followed him, and warned this charlatan who was trying to sell amulets by talking to women. Farhunda tried to prevent someone who was trying to make money by writing someone on a small paper with people's hopes, dreams for the future. But that day, she was fired from the counter, and furthermore, a month later, on March 19, 2015, uh, she she went back to the she went back to that Chiron and met the seller, but didn't know that this was her last moment. The emerald seller who made a plan burned a few piles of paper in his hand and put an old Quran is it and starting shooting the woman burned the Quran işte, how are you Muslims come on defend our religion and after this shoot um, which was obvious call for lynching. The crowd in square gathered. The crowd suddenly surrounded Farhunda and she was asked why she burned the Quran and remained in the crowd despite the police intervention. Despite the police intervention, it was added that Farhunda was American sympathizer and work on behalf of foreigners and the police intervened. Farida was asked to be taken for interrogation, but the policewoman demanded. Meanwhile, someone pushed her to ground, and the car almost caught fire. This was beginning of the end, and she was kicked, thrown off the roof, driven over, and born with gasoline. All this happened with slander of seller who wrote emulates. He's a charlatan, and he write this scenario actually. And the anger of the crowd against Farhunde, who was kicked and bloodied on the ground, didn't go away. The police who fired into the air were unable or unwilling to disperse the crowd. Um, and dozens of people who couldn't contain their passion and they found her off the roof and continued to kick her. After she fell, carried her to river's edge and stoned her, and then poured her uh, gasoline on her and buried her. And the lynching of Farhunde was recorded in seconds, and the images were shared on internet. They said that let this be a lesson to the enemies of Islam. There was a video showing this massacre every second, but I can put it here because it's so violent. It has a so violence and it affects me badly. I watched when I watch it, I feel I am feeling hate these people, and I can not watch a total video, but it's affect me badly actually, and. Um, 15 of these people who used religion as a means of commerce in the male dominant society and lynched women in front of the society were put on trial, while four were sentenced to death and eight were given long-term prison sentence. Although the police officers who were on duty at that time were also punished and for not hindering them. Hundreds of people in the footage remained unpunished, of course. Of course, unpunished. That's so sad things. And the finally, maybe the most chilling moments in the world occurred at the funeral. Hundreds of women carried Farunde's coffin and buried her. My observation about it, most of sources I read offered information that was almost close to the news, and I had research. The video I came across during my research made me feel that I should go on this news. I should research it because it's so important event and it's so important. When the video I came across when I watched this video, I felt a great sense of hatred and pain. Watching a physical event created created by manipulation, and knowing that the result of it is that shows humanity and manipulation shouldn't be taken lightly. We agent that we can be next. The fact that the woman we see at the funeral of Farkhunda Malikzada carry the coffin shows that we still have a sense of empathy and women can support women. Thank you watching and listening to me.